Alright you guys, welcome to another KBFIT 2.0 Critiques Kamron, and the exercise that I chose for today is a simple single arm tricep kickback. So this exercise, as you can know, it's working out your tricep. It's isolating the tricep muscle. I like this one for a different couple of reasons. For me, it feels like I put a lot less pressure on my joint and my elbow, and it kind of like you have to work against gravity. So I'm like pushing against gravity with the dumbbell versus working with it. And it's one of those exercises you can do anywhere as long as you have a dumbbell. It's a great exercise for your triceps. Now, as you'll see, it's one that is simple in theory, but it can be challenging in practice, especially the form. And as you guys will see in the videos or in the couple sets that I do, my form isn't great. I could already tell you what grade I want to give it, but I'll tell you guys at the end if I remember. Now for this particular exercise, you want to make sure that you're keeping your elbow up, right? You want to keep your arm up, and then all you're doing is flexing or extending your arm back. You want to make sure that you have control on both on the way up and on the way back. You don't want to just swing your arm around using a lot of momentum. You want to, it's always control, and especially for the eccentric. You also want to make sure you get a little squeeze at the top, that isolation squeeze, and then control it back down. But as you'll see, I failed to do that. You don't want to do these momentum, and like I said, you want to make sure your elbow is always up, not at a slant, or else you're not going to get as much benefit from the exercise. That's pretty much it. Like I said, you want to have a good pace, good isometric, good eccentric, focusing on form. So with that being said, I'm just going to start this so you can see my my form. All right, y'all, and action. All right. As you see, I'm starting with my left arm, and as you can see already, I'm pretty much just swinging it back. Not really any control on the way up or on the way down. I'm just flapping it around. That was my left arm going to my right side. You can't see it as much, but you should be able to see my elbow. So my elbow is up, but see how my elbow is going up and down? You can see it, now you don't. You can see it, now you don't. My elbow should stay in one straight spot. It should not be moving up and down, and so that already it's bad. Plus, as you see, the pace was way too fast. Like way too fast. I was not holding at the top, nor was I controlling it on the way down. This was pretty terrible, form. A lot of reasons, one of the reasons is because I increased the weight not too long ago. It was mostly ego because I've trained my uncle, and my uncle, I think he's at 30 pounds now. And at the time I was at 35 pounds. I was like, oh man, my uncle can't beat me. I gotta keep it up. So kind of pushed me to go harder. So I've been pushing myself to go harder on that exercise. But as you can see, my form is suffering. So just similar to, as I talked about a long time ago in my incline chest press, which I've decreased the weight so I have better form. This is probably another exercise where I should decrease the weight so I could have better form. With that being said, as you guys know, I always watch the footage back, try to improve. So we'll see if this set number 2 I improve. All right, and action. Try to keep my elbow up. Okay, see, my pace is a lot slower, still a little too fast, but it's a lot more controlled in my opinion. My elbow isn't moving as much. Yeah, I did those still kind of a little too fast, but I would say a slight improvement from set 1 for sure. Now let's see if my right arm will do the same thing, because that was my left arm. Once again, a slightly too fast, but on my right arm, you see my elbow going up and down once again, which means it's not stable. And it looks like I'm just chucking chucking the dumbbell back there. It looks like I'm just throwing something, like I'm throwing a ball. I still lacked a lot of control, too fast. So as you see, it's one of those exercises that I definitely probably should go decrease the weight in so I can have better form. It's almost like to my disadvantage to be doing it that fast, just for the ego of, you know, lifting more than my uncle. By the way, he's like 80, so that's why I was like, no, I can't, gotta push. So with that being said, never sacrifice form for ego just because you want to lift heavier, because maybe a friend or family member is catching up to you or gonna beat you. It was all fun and games though. It's not no real competition between us. I just like to play around sometimes, but in doing so, as you see, my form suffers here. So this video is actually for me, because when I talk about it out loud, it forces me to realize, you know what, I gotta set a better example. You know, if I want my clients to do better, I gotta do better. And if I'm making videos about this stuff, I gotta do better. And so with that being said, I definitely should probably decrease my weight back to 35, maybe even to 30, to see if I can improve my form a bit. Once again, too fast, no control, no isometric hold, lack of eccentric control. Everything was just a mess. I'm giving myself honestly a D minus. A D minus. Oh yeah, my elbow was moving up and down. This is all over the place. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So yes, I'm giving myself a D minus for this exercise. So hopefully this was helpful, beneficial, somewhat entertaining. And so as usual, thank you guys for watching. And so until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.